The world does not need another Captain America. The world needs a U.S. agent. I'm giving you people some time to join in, and once I feel that I've gotten enough time for everyone to join in, I will begin today's topic. 3 topics today and a joke. Topic number 1, police brutality and my experience. Topic number 2, Proposition B. Topic number 3, my opinion on the death penalty. And by the end of all this, maybe even a joke. Welcome to Cowboy Preacher. If you're tuning in, welcome. Blessings all around. Just want to say thank you for all those who are tuning in. And that's T-U-N-E, I believe, right? Tune, not Looney Tunes, as in T-O-O-N, Mandela Effect. I might even talk about that as the bonus topic. The Mandela Effect. Mostly because it has a lot to do with my experience with police brutality. The topics that you're going to hear today, I was going to say story, but then story sounds like it's make-believe. Story sounds like it's fictional. A story sounds like a kid's cartoon. No, today's aren't going to be stories. They're going to be actual events that had actually happened. Records have been filed. If you're interested, I'm pretty sure you can look up the police records, assuming if they even put it on the record. Assuming if they didn't, what's the word? Something to do with making it up? Falsifying false evidence? I don't know. The topics that are you going to hear today will be believe it or not, beyond belief. I know that what I'm about to tell you people may not even seem real. So, believe it or not, you can look it up. Assuming if they wrote down what really happened. Alright, so let's talk about police brutality and my experience. Before I begin to dive into what happened, I want to get the backstories straight so that there be no confusion to why and what happened. Okay, so let me take off my glasses because I want you to see my eyes as they tear up on both sides. I want you to see the face of the man that you beat and got away with. No hard feelings. It may sound like they're hard feelings, but trust me, I hold no grudges. I'm a Mexican. We get beat, we don't talk about it. We just go about our day and continue on because we're strong. We don't bitch and we don't complain. Now, this isn't me bitching or complaining about what happened. This is just me. Since the topic of brutality is so in today, it's so in. The topic of brutality is so in today. It's so chic, so chic. So I'm gonna put my 2 cents in since it's so in. Since it's hashtag me too. Now I'm not gonna bitch. I'm just gonna explain as best as I can about police brutality in my experience. Now, like I said, before I get into the topic, I want to get the backstory straightened so that way you have an idea of why it happened, how it happened. Okay, so let's just talk about my mental illness. I am mentally challenged. Strike number 1. I am blind. Strike number 2. I am deaf. I can't hear you. If it wasn't for this COVID-19 and the face mask, I would be able to read your lips. But since I can't read your lips, it's hard for me to hear what you're saying. It's even hard for me to see what you are. That's strike number 3. You're out. You're out. No, there was more strikes than that, trust me. So, I'm deaf, I'm blind, and I'm mentally challenged. I got electrocuted when I was 5 years old, or at least I can remember. I mean, could have been younger. I'm just saying 5 because it just seems more accurate. I don't know, it feels accurate to me. I was very young. Very young. Now, I'm not talking about how I traveled to heaven, hell, and everywhere in between. I'm not going to talk about that. I am going to talk about, I know the difference between electricity and tasers. Yes, my friends, if any of you who has ever been electrocuted, you will know the difference between electricity, which is 120 voltage, what was that, per second? Pure raw energy. And that's when I was 5. So I know the experience of what it feels like to be electrocuted. It feels good. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just into BDMS. I don't know. Anyway, so I know the difference between a taser and electricity. So I'm getting the backstory straightened out. So if you're just tuning in, I'm telling you right now, I was electrocuted when I was 5. I am deaf, blind, mentally challenged. I'm not saying I'm completely, not smart. It just takes me longer than normal people to actually figure it out. Maybe that's why when I do figure it out, I actually do figure it out. Go figure, right? Okay, so all that being said, and also I have this tumor or blood clog the size of a fist underneath my chest plate. I don't know if it's right next to the heart or beside the heart. And we're going to talk about the Mandela Effect because that has to do with what happened. Now, so I'm basically disfigured in more than one way. I think it's all of my symptoms: electrocuted, deaf, dumb, and blind. I got a large tumor or blood clog underneath my chest. I have surgical scars on my left knee and on my back, spinal cord to be precise. And these are all the things that happened when I got beat by the police. But they didn't know that, right? Fuck it, right? Beat them. Alright. Now let's talk about the Mandela Effect, because this also had to do with what occurred that day. Imagine, if you will, that you find out that your brothers and sisters and friends aren't the same people you once knew. To put this for all of you can understand, imagine the Infinity War. Who loves Marvels? Who loves the Avengers? Imagine the Infinity War. Imagine everyone you loved and cared for disappeared, like vanished. Vanished. The people that you love and cared for, gone, taken. Imagine them coming back 40 years, only to find out that that house that you were living in has been taken over by complete other strangers. Okay, I'm just giving you what I'm going through and what it is that I call the Mandela Effect. They call it the Mandela Effect. I call it biblical. Biblical. It's biblical. It's biblical. It's biblical. Biblical. It's a joke. It's biblical. Okay? It's hell, fire, and brimstone to me. But for order for you guys to understand, it's called the Mandela Effect. Now the Mandela Effect, I'm just going to give you a brief sample of what the Mandela Effect is. The Mandela Effect is named after the Mandela Effect because of Nelson Mandela. People remember him getting out of prison and becoming president and then dying later on, right? Well, for me, some people say, well, not me, but then there are other people who says that he died in prison. He never made it out. That's the Mandela Effect in a nutshell. Now, how did I notice that there was something off before I knew about the Mandela Effect? Because back then, I didn't have internet. Even though internet was around, I just never got into it. I was still using my flop phone. Yes, one to beam up, please. It's a flip-flop. No Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube, no Gmail, none of that. It was just sticks and stones and fire, smoke signals. For me, at least. But I am catching up with today's technology, and I will admit, certain technologies are useful for me because it helps me out a lot. Like Google Maps, Google spelling. Google helps me out with a lot of my spellings, trust me. Otherwise, I would be, you wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying. So, okay, so let's just start this off. I noticed that my brothers and friends weren't my brothers or friends. I mean, they look like them, they talk like them, they act like them, but there was something off. Of course, I didn't know what it was. I didn't have proof or evidence. Of course, I always knew there was something off, but I just played along, I guess, because imagine the Infinity War. Everyone's gone, but they came back, but different. They look like them, they talk like them, they act like them, so, but it's not. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my brothers and sisters. It's just only mostly because they look like them. Because they don't act like them. You're probably wondering, how do I know it's not your brother and sister? Simple. My real family, my real brothers and sisters, they actually knew that I was deaf, dumb, and blind. They actually had to help me to get to point A to point B until I got to Z. I don't get the same treatment like I got when I was a kid. You treat me different, and it's fine. It's totally understandable. I still love them. But imagine finding out and freaking the fuck out. I freaked out that they were not who they were, and I grabbed the only thing that I knew that was the truth, and it was the Holy Bible. I grabbed it. I took off from the place that I was staying in, that my brothers were in, and I ran. I ran until I couldn't run anymore, and I ended up stopping and just started reading the Bible. It was night, but yet I have good sight, and I could actually read the Bible. And I kept reading and reading, and you know how you just get into it and you're reading, that you don't pay attention to anything else? I was like that. I was totally into the book. I don't remember what I was reading, but it was definitely speaking to me. God was speaking to me. Somehow I found myself in the middle of the road on the yellow lane. But every time I looked down on the ground, I would find all these objects in the middle of the lane, the yellow lane. I don't believe in coincidence, my friend. Something or someone placed those objects on the ground. You're probably wondering, what did you find? I was in the middle of the lane of the road. I believe it was on St. Mary's, if I'm not mistaken. Now, my idea was, the purpose of me running was to get to the church. That was not that far from my house at the time. I wanted sanctuary. I wanted to go to a church and just stay there until somebody helped me in the morning. That was the idea, to get there. Because my brothers weren't my brothers, they're not. And I missed them. I found an American flag in the middle of the road. Who would put an American flag in the middle of the road? I don't know. But I found it. And I read the Bible more. And I continued to read until I started finding more things in the middle of the road. I found a glove. A right-hand glove. In the middle of the road. On the yellow lane. I picked it up. And I kept going. I kept going and I kept on reading the Bible. Until... And you guys not gonna believe this. And I don't blame you if you don't, you know? I wouldn't believe it. I looked up. And all I saw was total darkness. Utter darkness, dude. Black. Blacker than night. And I was in the middle of the road where there were street lights. All of a sudden, the whole world turned black. Darker than night itself. But there was this mist or cloud or fog. It was a mixture of a clear, clouded fog mixed with darkness. It really brought up the question that maybe everything is dark and that this mist or cloud is an illusion that appears to be people or buildings or streets. That's what I'm guessing. I'm just guessing, alright? But that's my best guess. And I kept on reading the Bible. I just kept reading until there was nothing left. I was so close from entering the gates of heaven. I know, right? You can't go to heaven to die. No, you can go to heaven alive and well. How do I know? Jesus did it. Jesus, of course, he died and came back, but still, I died and came back, and guess we got a lot in common. Anyway, he died and came back, but even he still went to heaven. Alive. I was so close from entering this. I would love to just go back to that other darkness and clouded mist, because that was more real than this pincy place. Look, the pincy place. None of it's real. Although it looks real, it's not. But yet, I continue to go on, and I continue to obey, and I continue to just go along with the charade. You're probably like, when is the police brutality gonna come in? In a minute. I'm expressing my feelings of what I've went through. That's as best as I can describe it. Like I said, I was close from leaving this shithole of a world, this fucking hellish place that you're all in. But something, I felt like Forrest Gump. Something bit me. It's funny. I'm sorry, I use humor just to make me smile. But deep down, I'm in tears. Okay, now you're probably wondering, like, what bit you? It was a bullet now, wasn't it? No, it wasn't a bullet. I wish it was a fucking bullet. At least then I would be in heaven. If they would have killed me, that's one ticket to paradise. Pack your bags, we leave tonight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Leaving tonight. Leaving tonight. I got one ticket to paradise. Pack your bags, we leave tonight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Unfortunately, it wasn't a bullet that bit me. It wasn't a bullet that bit me. And I'll show you what got me. Watch. Watch this. You're gonna love this. Okay, you see that? Now I can't just hold the phone and point at it, but I'm gonna do my best to do that. Okay. Okay, there's a finger. Okay, you may not be able to see it. I can barely see it, but see that right there? My finger's pointing at? That right there, that scar that you see right there, I'm trying to get a better view for you guys. But I hope quickly, and scars don't usually last as long as they do with me. But if you can see that mark right there, that mark is a taser. Now you're probably asking, like, what kind of taser does that? I looked into the studies of tasers. Now, if you didn't know what a taser is, it's allegedly an electrical shock. Allegedly. It's not. It's more like a muscle spasm. It's what I can describe because that's what it feels like. It's a muscle spasm. It sharks something to make your muscles, flex. You're probably thinking, Kenny, you probably got one hell of an exercise with that son bitch. Yes. Yes, I did. And I could tell the difference between electricity and something trying to shake the whole foundation of my body. Okay. So you're probably wondering, how did I get that mark? Well, tasers are supposed to be surgically removed after firing. Alright? And within one taser gun, one has two prongs, like snakes, fangs. Alright? So once they shoot onto you, you're basically a fish on a hook. Now you're probably saying, Kenny, oh my God, you just got tased. Calm the fuck down, right? I wish it was just that. But now I'm going to explain to you what had happened that day. After I was in the middle of the lane, like Johnny Cash said, I walked the line. I was literally on the line. Literally, think about it, because I got tased and I was on the line. Fist hooks. Anyway, so I didn't hear anything. And normally I would hear like, stop, freeze, halt, don't move, you there sir, stop, wait, something. Some kind of notification, right? Some kind of verbal warning. Hell, you could have just touched me and like, hey, you okay? I got none of that. Like I said, something bit me. That's how it felt like. And what had happened was, I felt it right here. Because it's like, when you get hit or you feel pain at a certain point in your body, you just know where to go to, right? You just know. So, I got tased and I grabbed it, ripped it out, and threw it away. And you're probably saying, Kenny, that's just one taser. No. They had fired, if I had to count, it had to have been 6 tasers. 6. 5. 1. 6 tasers shot at me. At a mentally ill person who's mentally challenged, who has no hearing, no sight, who has a tumor or a blood clot the size of a fist right underneath his chest plate, probably right underneath his heart. I don't know where the heart is because of the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect has changed the body organs of a normal human being. So I can't really tell where my heart or organs are at now. I mean, from what I know, our heart was always in the center. It was never here. It was always here. But that's the Mandela Effect. So they shot me 6 times. But here's the funny part. Who's seen the Matrix? Who's into the Matrix? Watch. As soon as I taste, it gave me energy that I have never felt in my entire life. I was feeding off the tasers. I was feeding off the tasers so badly that as soon as I ripped that one taser out of me, I saw four more tasers just like that coming right at me. It was so slow. It was like slow motion. It was like I was Neo and I saw these bullets flying right at me. And instead of grabbing one bullet and then dropping it, I swatted the tasers like, pa! Like, get away! Alright? I swatted them so fast you couldn't even count how fast I swatted them. They continued to fire as I continued to dodge. But these fuckers, they like to play dirty. Dirty little bastards. You're all a bunch of Billy dirty bastards. Every last one of you. They shot me from behind. Ah! My back! What? Normally I would have ripped it out. But they shot me at a point where I couldn't, like, get it. So, but still, I did not go down. I was just feeding off the tasers to the point where, guess what? I drained the taser's batteries life first. I drained it. And when they realized they couldn't taste me, they were like, dog pile! Dog pile. Like in the Matrix. Anderson. Agent Smith. A whole bunch of Agent Smith jumping on top of me. Worse than George Floyd. Alright? They dog-powered me. And then they said, "Wet Willie, Mr. Anderson." Okay, they didn't do that. But they might as well have. They might as well have said, "Wet Willie, Mr. Anderson." So they powered on me. They had slapped those magical handcuffs. And yes, I say this again. The police officers have magical handcuffs. Yes, magic do exist. Magic does exist. Anyway, they slapped those handcuffs on me so tight that they left scars on my wrist. Now, like I said, you may not be able to see them because I heal pretty quickly. And my scars, they usually tend to go away. Unless it's surgical. So yeah, they slapped it on so tight that it was purple. I could have sworn I heard one of the officers said, "Kill him. Kill him." I don't know. But what I do remember was, he had said, and I quote, "Get this fucking dog out of here or I'll fucking tase it too." And you're probably wondering, oh my god, it's a pit bull. They're gonna tase a pet boo. No, it wasn't a pet boo. It was my dog. It was a chihuahua. A chihuahua! What is a chihuahua gonna do to you? Nibble on you? They threatened you threatened my dog, mister. He said, get that fucking dog out of here, I'll fucking tase it too. Yeah! Texas. Get that fucking dog out of here, or I'll fucking tase it too. So if they said that, I'm pretty sure I heard one of them say, kill him! Kill him! I just want to say, thanks for the effort, Officer S's. But you didn't do it. You couldn't get the job done. Believe me, many have tried to kill me. I'm like Rasputin. Stab me, drown me, choke me, electrocute me. I still just keep coming back. I can't believe they actually said, get that fucking dog out of here or I'll fucking tase it too. It was a chihuahua. What is it gonna do? Bite your balls off? I'm pretty sure you guys got boots. So they tased me 6 times. My Bible dropped on the floor, on the street, in the middle of the road. And I was going to get it, but they kicked the Bible away from me like if it was a gun. They kicked my Bible, and then they grabbed my hands and they slapped the handcuffs on me. No explanations, no freeze, stop, don't move. I will say this though. There was one officer, God knows who he was. God knows who they were all. But there was one officer who had some kind of pity or mercy. He had a towel. He threw it at me. Right? He says, place your fucking head on the fucking towel. And I pushed to the side with my head. So fuck off, you animals. Then he said, put your fucking head on the towel or you'll get the concrete. Don't threaten me with a fucking good time, officer. I'm into that BDMS shit. In fact, this is statutory rape because I didn't give consent. And you didn't give me a password. Pineapple. Just say pineapple. Okay, that's the password, alright guys? When he beats you so bad, you have to say pineapple. Pineapple! Pineapple! Because if you say, oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is going to go tighter and tighter until you fucking choke to death. But luckily for me, I have already died. I know what death feels like. So that's what death tastes like. Yeah, they tried to kill me. Was it personal? It felt a little personal to me, if you ask me. So they told me to put your fucking head on the towel, you get the... Put your fucking head on the towel, you get the concrete. You get the street. So I was like, okay. Yes, master. I put my head on the towel. They took me to the hospital. They didn't arrest me. They had no charge against me. They had nothing on me. Other than I was reading a book. The good book. And they tased me for no reason. They didn't bother tell me anything. They didn't tell me nothing. Alright, so they did that. And here's the fucked up part too. As I went to go look at the police report, they had filed 2 incidents as in one day. Because they couldn't follow up why they tased me. So, and the funny part was, they actually threw a bag of a trash bag in front of my face, and they gathered all of the prongs and tasers that they fired on me, and it was like a lot. It could have been more than 6. I'm not lying. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay. So that's what happened. I got tased 6 times. Technically, only 2 taser guns got me, and it was on my back. So 2 tasers, well, technically 3, because I pulled the first one out. It was a lot, dude. One officer said, "Jesus Christ, this guy's sweating like a lot." Well, no shit, Sherlock. You shoot somebody 2, 3, 6 times with tasers, you're gonna bust out sweating. I mean, I was getting a hell of an exercise that day. So that's my story about police brutality. Now, like I said, you look up, these happen in different times, in different days, but they put it all together and they made it into one because, hey, it's more legit if we just send him to the nut house and then we'll just throw in, oh, we tased him too. Probable cause, right? Probable cause. You can't tase a man without probable cause, right? So, yeah, understandably, as soon as I got out of the hospital, I freaked the fuck out again because I am not in the world that I once was. And I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I was finding trash that were on the streets again, but it's almost as if someone deliberately did it. It felt personal. It felt deliberate. I mean, there was trash hidden within the bushes. Who would put trash in the bushes? Like, that's time and effort. That's hate. That's hate that someone would do. So anyway, they took me to the Mentor Institute. And they filed the report. But as I was picking up all that trash, right, everything that I had picked up. Now, I might be exaggerating here, but from what I saw from the corner of my eye, I held it. I held whatever I found, and as I was holding it, I could have sworn I saw every trash that I found hovering over my hand, hovering, levitating. I freaked out a little bit, but the officers took the stuff that I had, and they put me in the police car and they took me to the Mentor Institute. So that's my story on police brutality and how I got tased 6 times, dogpiled, and then slapped with the handcuffs so tight that it left scars on me. Now, like I said again from the beginning, I hold no grudges against all of the officers who did that to me. I don't. I forgive you. You're forgiven. But God says something different. But that's God and your problem. That's your issues, your dilemmas, your punishment is with God. The measure you use on others will be measured upon you tenfold. So in a way, I not only do I forgive you for what you did to me, but I kind of feel sorry for you. Did you hear that, officers? S's? I pity you. I pity you, sorcerer. Take your pity for the weak and feeble. Nah. No, but for real, I really do pity you. Because the pain and torment that you people are going to go through when you see God, it's almost going to be like water under the bridge for me. God is good all the time. Alright, so that's topic number 1. Topic number 2. Texas is having an early election. I don't know if it's still early, but you got until May 1st, until the election day. So we're going to talk about Proposition B. Simple. Proposition B, May 1st, I want to let you all know, Officer S's, I want to let you all know that because of what you did to me, you tased me 6 times, then you dog-powered me. And because you did all that, I want to let you know what I did when I voted early on Proposition B. You're probably thinking, oh, this motherfucker voted for Proposition B, right? No. God, no. Heavens, no. I wouldn't vote for Proposition B. In fact, I voted against it. And you're probably wondering, why would you vote against Proposition B, Kenny, after they did all that brutality on you? And once again, I want to get this for the record. It's not police brutality. Because if you say it's police brutality, then it'll be like a Mortal Kombat finisher. It's subliminal message at its best. Subliminal message means it's, it's to make you do things that you didn't want to do. Hidden messages. And I'll give you an example. If you say police brutality, then to me, you're saying it was a Mortal Kombat finisher, brutality. And it's over. Case closed. Police brutality. Case closed. Finish. Kaput. It's not police brutality. Because there's just too many questions to ask. Too many questions that need to be figured out. It's not police brutality. It's excessive force to the extreme. It's excessive force to the extreme. And it needs to be investigated on. Not my case. Don't investigate my case. I'm totally fine with my... What do you call those people? Terrorist? No. Accusers? Is that it? I'm a victim and they're the perpetrator? They're the perpetrator. Look, don't investigate because there wasn't helicopters deployed when I got tased. There wasn't eyewitness wants to know. Ken's 5 wants to know. There was no media coverage. There was no PBS coverage. There was no OWI Channel 4 coverage on my assault. Alright? There was no one covering it. It was covered up, but nobody covered it. Nobody covered it. The media, nobody. When I was in the hospital, they said, Jesus, why'd they tase him like 7 times? Nobody talks about it. Nobody looks into it. And if you look into it, they falsify the evidence. Or, they didn't say falsify. It was, what's that thing where you write it down, but you, I guess it is falsifying evidence, right? When you write something down and totally not put the details of what really happened that day. Well, anyway, they forged it. And so if you look it up, you're going to find something different, maybe. I don't know, because of the Mandela Effect, it could be changed by now. So I'm not gonna fight it. I'm gonna get a lawyer. I'm not gonna get Harvey Dent to go visit you people. I'm not gonna waste time and money for the brutality, excessive force you used on me. What's done is done. Now it's up to God to judge you. Not me, but God. So that's my opinion on that. And as far as this, Proposition B, I voted against it. And you want to know why I voted against Proposition B? Simple. Maybe two reasons. First being, what if the world comes to an end? What if it becomes like The Walking Dead? You're going to be like, oh my God, we have to go to the police station and we have to raid their facility in order to get the shotguns, the bullets, the ammunitions, and all the other equipment that we're going to need to fight off the living dead, right? But then you're going to be like, oh my God. Oh my God. We voted for Proposition A. We cut the fundings off the police officers. Now we can't go raid the police station because they have no funding, no extra ammo, no extra shotguns and guns, no tasers, no batons, no mace, no shield or bulletproof vest, none of it. None of it's gonna be there because you voted for Proposition B. It is a stupid idea to vote for Proposition B. There is no reason why we shouldn't fund the police officers to have nothing but the best technology, or have nothing but the best technology that this government, this great state of Texas has to offer for the police officers that are working in this great state of ours. I want Texas to have the best equipment possible. And here's the second reason why I want the officers to have nothing but the best fundings for their station. Even if it meant getting a cappuccino machine in the office. Who knows? Or even getting some donuts in the office too. Danishes maybe. Who knows? Danishes and cappuccinos, man. They deserve that. They deserve Danishes and cappuccino Micro machines in the police station. They do. And not only that, they should have the best body cams that one could have, so that they can record everything they do. They should have the best guns and tasers, batons, shields, mace. They should have all the riot gears. They should have all that. Because technically, if the world comes to an end, they are literally our last line of defense in case the military reserve fails to act. And the second reason why I voted against Proposition B was, and here's the big one. If those officers couldn't take me down 6 times, if those officers couldn't take this preacher, this man of God down 6 times with just tasers, if they couldn't bring this holy man down with just 6 tasers, then brother, they deserve more funding. Because if you think I'm bad, I'm just the start. I'm just the beginning of what's gonna happen. Do you understand that? I want the officers to have the best equipment. Because when it all comes to an end, and it will, I don't want the officers complaining and bitching, saying, we couldn't take him down because we didn't have the funding. Everybody voted for Proposition B, and now we couldn't take this holy man down. We couldn't take him down. I want them to have the best equipment, So to be a fair, equal, well, I wouldn't say equal, fair for them, to give them the best odds in surviving. I want them to have the best equipment. I want them to have the best bulletproof. I want them to have the best. Because if you thought I was bad, there are other things out there that are way more worse than me. And they do things. Oh, brother, they do things that will give you nightmares for years and years to come. So I want them to have the best equipment possible. I don't want them bitching and complaining that why couldn't we get the job done? Why couldn't we kill this preacher? I want them to have the best equipment. I want them to have the best technology that science can make. So yes, that's my opinion on Proposition B. Vote against it, not for it. The last thing you want is zombies coming at your house, eating you apart, and you can't even go to the police station because there's no funding there. There's no ammunition, there's no bullets, there's no guns. Has anyone seen Walking Dead? Has anyone seen what that guy did? What was the first thing he did? He went to the police station and raided the facility in order to survive the horror that is to come. And it's here, dude. It's already here. And all of you need to be prepared. All of you need to be prepared for the end. Or it's already ended. You just need to be prepared. So, my opinion is vote against Proposition B. Not for it. Otherwise, not only are you defunding the police, but you're defunding yourself. Your protection. Their protection. Alright. Topic number 3. My opinion on the death penalty. There shouldn't be death penalties. There shouldn't. You kill them, and guess what, motherfucker? They get to go to heaven. Do you really want those sick bastards to go to heaven? Or do you want them to be judged by God Almighty Himself? Which is worse? Or kill them and send them to heaven? Kill them and send them to heaven? Or lock them away for the rest of their life? For the rest of their life, put them away. Build that tallest building that one can buy and stack them up like Legos. Okay. Think about it. If you're gonna give them the death penalty, and if you people still want the death penalty, then fuck it. Let's bring back crucifixion. Oh yeah. You savages. You dirty, filthy fucking savages. You want death? You want justice? You want your justice? Not God's justice, but your justice? Fuck. Crucify those motherfuckers. Oh wow, wouldn't it be nice to see a kitty rapist being crucified? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be swell? I'm pretty sure they would love to see that, right? Crucify them. Let's just go back to the old days. I mean, you guys never changed then, and you certainly didn't change now. So if you haven't changed at all, then let's just do what we do the best. Let's crucify them. Crucify them. I mean, if you're gonna do it the right way, right? And guess what? Guess what? If you don't crucify them, then at least give them the obligation of what they should die. Like, say, for instance, me. I would rather go out crucifixion. I would want to go out crucifixion. If I can't go out as crucifixion, then I would like to go out electrical. Bring back the electrical chair. That was the best. The electrical chair. Bring that back. Or how about gunfire? I could go with that. So those are my opinions on the 3 topics that I said that I was going to talk about. My experience with police brutality, Proposition B, and the death penalty. We shouldn't have death penalty. And if we do, crucify them. You did it back then. You people never changed, and you never will, so why change the way we killed them before? Crucify them. Alright. Now we're going to tell a joke. Joke of the day. Now this is more of a setup than a joke. Who doesn't like to get set up, right? Okay. Here it goes. If you find someone that you want to be with, like your significant other, you tell them, would you ever want a beer with me? Right? You tell them that. And then hopefully, and I say hopefully, they'll say, sure, when pigs fly. And then you tell her or him, but wait, officers do tend to use helicopters to search the perimeter in the city. Dun-dun-dun. Get it? When pigs fly? Because officers are also known to be pigs or whatever, and they fly in a helicopter, so pigs are flying. It's a joke. All that being said, there's also one more thing I want to talk about. And that's the Mandela Effect. Where are they going to put the refugees who has been affected by the Mandela Effect? Where? They have no one. They're in this world, and they have no way of returning back to where they came from. My planet was on the outside of the Milky Way, not in the inside. We sent probes in the Milky Way in order to discover if there was Earth-like planets. Now I'm in the Milky Way, and I have scientific proof that yes, there are Earth-like planets within the Milky Way. I'm sorry if I bored you today. I'm sorry if I caused a ruckus. I just want to go home. I want to go home, and I want to go back to my family. My real family. The one that knew my condition, who helped me. No one's talked about it. Nobody talks about the Mandela Effect. Nobody cares about the Mandela Effect. You see, when I came back from the dead, I was supposed to go back to my world and suffer with them. Not you people. I don't even know you people. I don't even know if you people are real. I'm starting to think that you're all dead. And that you think that you're alive. You're so dead that you believe yourself to be alive. Here's a quote. Quote of the day. There is no point in arguing with the dead when they themselves to be themselves alive. And on that note, I just want to tell you, I want to tell you all that regardless of what you are or what you claim to be, I appreciate all those who revealed themselves, truly revealed themselves to me. Don't think that doesn't go unnoticed. What's that saying? It is better to be a poor man than to be called a liar. I'd rather be poor, dirt poor, than to be called a liar. My name is Cowboy Preacher. And if you're still here, thank you. Thank you for joining my church that's online. Have a wonderful, blessed Sunday. And peace be with you. All of you. Whatever you are. And may God have mercy on all your souls.